Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Salute everybody. Salute, salute, salute. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Lawrence Tiz. Generally don't rock on Saturdays, but hadn't been able to rock this week, so we have to get some time in. You know what I'm saying? Rock the spot, man. Give you guys a chance to do your thing. Come through and rock with us. Salute to everybody watching us on X. Salute to everybody watching us on YouTube. Salute to everybody watching us on Twitch. Salute, salute. I think so. I think we're gonna have Coach coming through in a few minutes. I think Coach said on the members only show that he'll come through and rock with us. Andios is in the building. Salute. Salute. So I guess we'll rock for a few. Just got some topics that I want to share earlier this week. I just wanted to share some topics I had planned on talking about this week. Didn't get a chance to because of schedule, like I mentioned. What I want to do first and foremost is say this. Listen, man, I know it's summertime, right? And I know we're slow on news and things of that sort. That's a good thing. For a team with a championship window, that's a great thing. Slow news. Like the guy from ABC News used to say, no news is good news, right? No freak injuries in the offseason, nobody on the police blotter, none of that stuff, right? But what I don't want to do in a case where it's slow is not have intriguing conversations. Like legit, I don't want to talk to you guys about the recycle topics, right? In the content creation space, you have to take the word content creation for what it is, creating real valuable content. And I'm not gonna talk about, I personally don't want to talk about the backup center position. I don't want to beat that in the ground. I don't want to talk about trading Mitch. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to beat that in the ground. I don't want to talk about the Julius Randle extension. Trading Randle. I think that's corny. The fabricated narratives of talking about trading Randle. I don't want to talk about Mikal Bridges coming off the bench. Right? Don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? What I'd like to though, Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute to the son of the legend, Kerry Cox. What I want to do is talk to y'all about things that make sense, things that we don't touch on. Right? I don't want to chase the speculation train. Right? I don't want to park my car at Imagination Station. What I'd like to do though is talk to y'all about some things that are going under the radar. Right? I want to talk to y'all about some things that are flying under the radar, but should be at the forefront of our conversations. Mr. Dunris is in the building. Salute, my guy, Mr. Dunris. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I know it's a Saturday. Generally, don't rock the spot. So, what I want to talk to everybody about is the environment in which Leon Rose is building a championship contender and the layers of it. Right? That's what I'd like to talk to you guys about. Right? I'd like to talk to you guys about the culture, environment, and pursuit of championships under a regime of Leon Rose and how Leon Rose put that together. So again, if the conversation if you guys want to talk about Mitchell Robinson's lack of offense, we can talk about that. If you want to talk about trading Julius Randle because he hadn't agreed on a contract extension, we can talk about that. But what I'd like to do is talk about the culture, environment, and championship contention being built by our owner, James Dolan, the team president, Leon Rose, and everybody underneath them, all the way down to everywhere else, and why that is important, right? And why that's important. Coach, what's good, man?
Living the dream,
Living the dream.
surviving the nightmare.
Don't stop. Get it. Get
Get it?
it. Living the dream. So, Coach, I was talking about the establishment of a culture by Leon Rose. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Coach. At the beginning of this thing, I didn't see it. I didn't see the establishment of a culture. My thought or my thought was then, and my thoughts were then, that we were scrambling, right? Like we were just like reaching out for every good player to see if we can get good players to come here. Maybe we can rehab our image, and maybe one day we'll be the Cinderella of the ball, right? That's what I thought initially. Now as I look back on it in retrospect, even the biggest, most beautiful castle, right, starts off as land, that flat land with the, where you prepare your foundation.
A lot of
So
times it's got a moat.
r- right, right. When you're building something, you never, I guess, you don't start building on the top floor unless it's already built. In our case, we had to start at the bottom. We had to start with a rock solid foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and then build upon that to get to the point where we are now. Was it always fun to look at? No, not really. Not really. It wasn't fun to look at the beginning. You know, like it wasn't fun watching Randall against the Hawks in the playoffs. That wasn't fun. But at the same time, we were in the playoffs, right? I was there. I was live for two of those games. So I think we played 5 games that year, and I was there for the 2 games in Atlanta, the Friday night and the Sunday afternoon. So yeah, coach. So what's on your mind, man?
So,
How do you feel about Leon Rose building a culture and environment for championship contention?
well, he certainly has created and established even even the best players and the best seasons and the best streaks have rocky moments, like you're saying.
Right.
But right now, he's what we call in the groove. Don't disturb this groove.
Yeah.
Right now, it seems like we haven't. Never have I ever, as a Knicks fan, have seen this many hits as far as decisions here lately on the roster. Because we've unfortunately just came off two of since even the mellow years when it was sort of that was still a consolation prize
Okay.
situation. We we we've gone through since the year 2000, gone through 2 or 3 regimes of just horrible decision after horrible decision, draft picks, picking up guys when it's too late, trading guys too late, too early, all the misses, and Like if you get like a 50-50 bet on black, but on red, we always bet the wrong one. It
Right.
just seemed like if we had
Right.
a 50-50 shot, we always keep the wrong dang one.
Right. Right.
It's been happening for 2 decades.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, we're hitting on a few.
Right.
So now people don't like to compare it to get it is I don't care. You can make an intelligent, informed decision. Even gamblers think they're they got an idea what's going on.
Right.
But in the end, it does come down to just a little luck, cards.
Right.
And right now, yes, we're making some informed decisions that have hit.
Okay.
Um, so now we got to ride this wave. We got a good set of waves breaking in. We got to ride. We got a little storm off the coast.
Right.
It's kind of
Right.
like making a good set of waves. We just got to ride them in.
Right.
So right now, we just got to see this through because at first with the Kemba thing and the Fournier, at the time, was it that bad of a move when they first got him? It was. We thought if it was the Kemba we thought it was, and it was the Fournier we thought he was. Even for that first year, Fournier wasn't bad. I mean, he did. He broke the Knicks 3-point record for God's sakes that year.
Right.
So hindsight 2020, you can look back and be like, oh, that was horrible first start. And technically, the draft picks since then haven't panned out. But if you think about what we panned them out to be are we use them as chips. Like we drafted them, and technically we still use those picks for value.
Right.
Like the guys we picked that we didn't keep, we got them back for something. That's added into the value of our roster now.
Right.
So with those decisions, with the signings they've made since then, and because now I don't think we've ever seen, especially the Knicks, a franchise uh, reputation around the league turn around so fast. I
Right.
mean, you're talking like the Bubble Julius year. We were still the laughing stock as far as like they thought. That's why they thought it was so like crazy and special at the time because it was like this lucky run we got this vagabond group, and we were still like, well, they ain't gonna get nobody. No one wants to play in New York. It was still the rhetoric then.
Right.
It was still the joke of the all the pundits and ESPN. But now, in 2 or 3 years' time, we got people. We're the belle of the ball,
Right.
and for that alone, not only just a product on the court, to establish a place where there's guys actually like, wow, man, New York's doing it right over there right now. It's hard for me to believe. Like to me, that's what he's done
Right.
that I'm impressed with more than anything.
Right.
It's still a to be continued or to be seen. Like the on paper roster right now, it's very exciting. And now we
Right.
got to see how this thing plays out.
Right. To your bell of the ball point, to
Mhm.
that point where you mentioned bell of the ball, just to rewind, like I think it was like 3 minutes ago, you just mentioned bell of the ball.
Yeah.
To that point that you mentioned, it's not bell of the ball because we want to be the bell of the ball, right? Because listen, I understand your point where you're coming from,
Mhm.
but the Knicks are the bell of the ball because they built something that deserves to be the bell of the ball, not because
Right.
they wanted to be the bell of the ball. See, that's the way I take your point. I take your point as the environment around or the environment that the Knicks are in
Mm-hmm.
is one where, for one, players care about each other personally, right? That's a part of it, right? Like these players care about each other personally. It's not like 15 independent contractors coming together for a common goal, right?
Right.
It's not like building your house where you have a plumber and an electrician and
Mm-hmm.
a carpenter and you know what I'm saying, a
Mm-hmm.
designer, an architect. It's not like it's like a whole bunch of different dudes, though it is a bunch of different dudes,
Right.
right? In this case where you're talking about the environment and the culture, it's like, for one thing, the Nova Boys thing, I think, is a positive thing, not because we value Villanova is just a college, right? But we value the Villanova thing because it's four dudes that legit like each other,
Mm-hmm.
and they happen to go to the same school, right? The only reason why Nova is important is because those dudes met there and they developed a lifelong friendship there.
And they're
It's not,
all above average
yeah,
NBA talent.
yeah. It's not like Villanova is the 1980s North Carolina Tar Heels, like a basketball factory. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
not that, right? It's not like the 1990 UNLV where it's like a nah. It's a whole bunch of guys that can play basketball that really like each other. Five. It's actually five dudes. It's actually five. I keep forgetting Ryan Archidiakono. He probably won't be here this year, but y'all get the point. You get the point. Ryan Archidiakono played that 1 year with Brunson, but he played most of his time with Josh Hart,
Right.
right? And so when you have the guys, likable guys, and guys that can connect with other players, for instance, the environment that has been created by, I want to give James Dolan credit. I want to give Leon Rose credit. The environment that was created is one where it's not about just getting everybody paid. It's more about getting a group of guys together that like each other to come to play together for a common goal. They'll
Mm-hmm.
be willing to go out of their way to do more stuff with people that they're more comfortable with, right? It's like that word chemistry. Like guys that hang out off the court generally have a better relationship on the court, right? Guys that do stuff together. Maybe they podcast together. Maybe they bowl together. Maybe they shop together. Who knows? Yeah, I think and so it's part culture, part environment, right? But definitely a different model that we've seen from different regimes, right? Because even in this scenario where you have guys that like each other, the organization is protecting these guys, right? Protecting them from the media,
Right.
protecting them from ridiculous scrutiny. And you, coach, the haters are out there. There are entities that ESPN, they love to hate the Knicks.
Yeah. Amari Spellman.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. The
The,
big,
other,
yeah.
the big guy they had.
They bought him in first. He was the first Villanova guy.
Yeah. I think he plays in like Lebanon now or something.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's just it. See, the league, I mean, the media, ESPN and Fox Sports, all them guys, it, the Knicks, look, it comes down to this big market teams
Right.
or the traditional flag bearers of the league. You got the traditional powers, you know, the Lakers, the Knicks, Boston, 76ers, Chicago, You know, those those five teams, those markets, even not that the Clippers are, they're still in LA, not the Lakers, but those big city teams, when one or two of those teams are relevant, the league's doing good.
Right.
When there's all of them competitive, it's the league is on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as what's good for the media and newsworthy is the opposite. When one of them teams are really struggling, it's just easy to bring it up because there's a bunch of a big, large fan base that's wanting people's heads and complaining and kick them while they're down
Oh,
situation.
well, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we've been down so dang long. The Lakers had a moment here and there. They've never been down that long. Austin had their little moments, but they've never been down that long.
Right.
Philly had a rough patch there, but now Chicago's kind of going through their rough patch.
Yeah.
For us, it ain't a rough patch; it's a rough continent. I don't know. It's a rough quilt, not just a patch.
Right. Right. I get your patchwork quilt analogy. I
Yeah.
get it.
So now, like, we finally got something to be proud of.
So, but what is it that we're proud of, though?
We're we're proud of the fact that we feel the front office now has put our team in a position to win.
Okay.
Now the coach and the players got to do their part.
Right.
We got to stay healthy, and then Tim's got to coach them up. He's got to find a way to. Tim's has never coached a team this good.
Right. Right.
I mean, he's had an MVP, obviously, and when he was at Minnesota, he had a couple pieces, but he never had a full roster where, I mean, it's a coach's dream to be able to, like, every coach that coaches any sport always wishes, just like in college, like you recruit. And that's why I always give most coaches a 4-year plan.
Right.
You know, the first year, you got the leftovers from the last dude. You got to rummage through that. Then, the end of that year, the second year, you got to establish your culture, expectations. And then you start bringing in your guys. And then once you get the guys you want, the guys, things you need,
What type of guys do they? What type of guys they want, Coach?
they want some hungry ass dogs
Right.
that care about the guy over there succeeding too.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a team of guys with chips on their shoulder trying to prove something. I think every guy on our team's like that right now.
Okay.
And there's something to be said when you have a team that's made up like that. It's just gonna feel, I don't know, man. It's just against all odds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so gritty, willing to, play defense, man. It's every guy, no matter who you are. I don't care if you're Jalen Brunson, if you're Julius Randle. I don't care where
Right.
you played before here, bro. You got to play some D.
Right.
You know. And if you look at the teams that have been winning, even the superstar teams, Golden State was doing pretty good for a couple years before they started winning. But that first year when they won, that defense started locking it down,
Right.
and that turned the corner.
Right.
You know, obviously the Bulls teams were good at defense. Not many offensive only teams have been winning. So it's a foundation for us with this team.
Right. Yeah. I'm thinking I want to give Leon Rose credit for being smart enough to understand the situation.
Right.
Right. So that's what I want to do. So Leon, let's first give Leon Rose credit for being smart enough to understand the failures of all the other smart people that came before him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people that failed, the people that became before Leon Rose are not idiots. Right. These people are smart, college educated, multiple level of college degrees and all that stuff. Right. But their failure was underestimating how much pressure there is for a athlete to thrive in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
That's where their misgiving is, right? I give an example. It's easy for the Tampa Rays, right? It's easy for the Tampa Bay Rays to build a championship contender because they are so far under the radar that nobody puts pressure on them to thrive. Tampa right now can be the worst team in baseball, and nobody would put pressure on them. Even Rays fans would say, well, you know what? In 3 years, we'll have about 13 or 14 studs that we'll put on the field, right? But if you're the Yankees, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't go
Who's a
3
free
or 4
agent? We
years.
got to buy somebody. We got to trade for somebody right
We have
now.
to trade for Ohtani. We have to trade for Lindor. We have to trade for Soto. We have to trade for, you know what I mean?
Stanley.
It's the same thing with the Knicks. With the Knicks, there is no window where you're an Orlando Magic team that can suck for 3 years straight back to back and fly under the radar. Right? There is no world where the Knicks can do that, because even in that scenario where the Knicks did suck for 3 years, we had to give the illusion that we were trying. Right? Orlando can suck for 3 years and not be trying and still be under the radar, no pressure. Right? Even Philadelphia could go 5 years of legit tanking out of their mind, and the fan base would be okay with it.
They did.
And they did it. It's called the process. Right? But when you're the Knicks, see, in Tampa, I'm using the Tampa example. I'm going to use Tampa and Yankees, right? In Tampa, you can legit draft the number 1 pick in the draft, and let them take their 3 or 4 years through the minor leagues and then bring them up all in 1 year. And then you'll take the league by surprise and shock some people like the Baltimore Orioles did. Like the Baltimore Orioles of the last couple of seasons, right? But the Yankees can't do that, because not only is every pitch scrutinized, every lineup is scrutinized, every roster move is scrutinized, right? The scrutiny is there from the giddy up. You can't if you're the Yankees, every breath you take, somebody's watching you. Every move you make, somebody is watching you, right? But yeah. Every breath you take, every move you make, somebody watching, right? But when you're the Knicks, right? When you're the Knicks, you are so high profile that everything you do, Knicks fans scrutinize the uniforms they wear. Coach, Knicks fans legit. I don't like the city edition jerseys. We scrutinize everything, right? We
I
scrutinize.
don't, I don't like those ones. I kind of don't like them either. The ones that have New York and they're all not lined up. It's a misprint.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just don't like
The
those.
dragged shadow looking one.
Yeah, yeah,
It's bizarre, right? But
yeah.
we scrutinize everything, and
Mhm.
in fairness to all New York teams, right? I'm talking about the teams that represent New York. I'm not talking about the Islanders. I'm not talking about the Buffalo Bills. I'm not talking about the Brooklyn Nets. I'm talking about the teams that represent
Yeah, the
the city.
iconic city. Yeah.
I'm talking about the teams that actually represent the city, right? I'm not talking about Brooklyn. They don't represent the city. They have the borough on their chest, but they may as well be the Mount Vernon Nets.
Right.
They don't represent the city. They may as well be the New Rochelle Nets, right? They don't
Yeah.
represent the city,
And
right?
even to me, the Giants and Jets are borderline. It's that
Yeah,
whole Jersey thing, playing it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
always been weird to me that.
And it's because real estate is too expensive in the
Yeah.
city to build it. But we know that though. So my thing is, you have to give kudos to Leon Rose for understanding this fact and putting a dome, a protective dome, putting it, coach, it's a force field. That's what it is. I've been trying to look for the
Mm-hmm.
word.
Mm-hmm.
Leon Rose has legit put a force field around this team, and the people on the outside that used to have free access to come and shit on us no longer can come shit on us because the force field is keeping the haters out.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, where you're keeping the haters out, you're keeping your valued talent in.
Right.
Right. And they're protected and they have a place where they can feel safe and grow into being lifelong Knicks. Like, for example, Josh Hart has played for the same teams Julius Randle did. Josh Hart was a Laker. Josh Hart was a Pelican, right? Josh Hart played for Portland or whatever. He got traded away to another team, but he eventually made his way to New York. Julius Randle was a Laker. Julius Randle was a Pelican, right? But now when you look at Josh Hart and Julius Randle, you don't remember what they used to be. You remember what they are today.
Right.
Right? That's what you remember them for. You don't remember them for what they used to be. You remember them for what they are today. And it's
Mm-hmm.
thanks to Leon Rose in the force field, keeping the haters out. Right? And allowing these guys on the inside of this force field, I guess is what you call it. These guys are thriving, right? Josh Hart had 6 triple doubles last year, coach. Julius Randle, since he's been a Knick, has made the All-Star team 3 times, made All NBA twice, and should have been All NBA this year if it wasn't for injury.
And if you took a poll of a lot of Knicks fans, those are the two Knicks. A lot of the Knicks fans complain about the most.
Yeah, and probably Mitch Prime.
Yeah, well, now Mitch with the whole.
Yeah. And so keeping things in perspective, if we're talking about building a championship environment,
Mm-hmm.
if we're talking about building a championship environment, is it not one of those things where you feel as if Leon Rose is doing it the right way? Do you
Yeah.
not see the progression?
Yeah.
The only season where the Knicks missed the playoffs under this regime is the one where they had a ton of injuries on I'm not going to say a weak roster, but that roster was a fringe playoff team and they got decimated by injuries. And this year, a definite playoff team, borderline championship contender, was decimated by injuries, and it was still one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. Missing 3 dogs.
Let's not forget about Bogey.
Yeah,
Remember,
Bogey too.
Bogey
Yeah,
was hurt too.
yeah.
You're talking about Bogey, Mitch, Randall, OG. Deuce was hurt playing through injury. Deuce probably should have been out for the season. As soon as the season was over, Deuce McBride got foot surgery. Alec Burks had the shoulder injury at the end of the season.
We were missing 6 guys pretty much that for sure have started for us in a game.
Yeah.
And could start on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And people complain about, we're out of the second round again. I mean, there's factors to this.
I don't care what some people complain about, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm more excited about the conversations that we have about where we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm more excited about the fact that the Knicks have created an environment where players can come in and feel like the goal of the team is to win a championship. If you come here, your main priority is winning a championship. Is not to is not for off the court activities. Is not for lifting your profile. Is not for you trying to make multiple All-Star games. All-Star game and All NBA is a byproduct of you playing towards a championship. If you use your talent in the most efficient way, then an All-Star game and an All NBA selection could be the result, but not vice versa. You don't want to play for the All-Star game and hope you make the playoffs.
Right. You play spades? You know something about spades?
Yeah, I know something about spades. My middle name is Bicycle.
Ooh. So this last year, we had like 5 or 6 spades. We didn't have an ace, king,
right.
But we had a couple ace king suit. We had an ace king of heart, ace king of diamond.
Right.
But man, all of a sudden we put the ace out, got the book, and we put a king, and someone was cut.
Yeah.
And we went to the other suit. Someone started cutting the ace right off the bat. What?
Right.
But no, this season, we got 8 spades. We don't quite have the ace of spade, but we got king through 9. Plus we got 6, 5, and 3.
Right.
We get about 7 or 8 books with that hand.
Right.
So to me, that's the feeling I have, the warm and fuzzy feeling. Like, yeah, it's nice to have the ace of spade and maybe even the king of spade. But if I got the rest of the spades, I'm beating you this hand, buddy.
Right.
But that's how the Knicks roster is right now.
Yeah, man.
We don't have the best player in the league. We don't have the second best. But I'll go to war with the next 8 guys.
Yeah, and in spades, you don't need the ace of spades and the king of spades, but if you get 5 or 6 spades and you're short, say maybe you get 1 heart and 1 club, and maybe you get like 4 diamonds or something to go with it. See, now you basically cutting off the rip.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get diamonds or another book. That way, if your partner is cutting diamonds, right? If your partner is cutting diamonds, every time you go through your run, you throw out a diamond, and then now your partner take turns.
Yeah.
And then now you just getting them caught up in the crossfire. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the Knicks have.
All of a sudden they're set.
Yeah.
Gentleman's sweep.
Yeah. So that's basically where we're headed. Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically what we had. King Embit salute. East Blue Drew is in the building. Allah Wise is in the building. Salute. Salute to all
Salute,
of y'all,
boys.
man.
Salute, boys.
Yeah, man. Salute. So we rocking on a Saturday, man. I didn't get a chance to rock during the week, man, like I wanted to. This is probably like the new normal, at least for a little while, until this AEP period is over for people with, well, yeah, y'all already know. I won't get into that part, but um yeah, coach, I think the environment is the thing where now if you're a quality player on another team, you see this environment. This environment is now attractive because you know it's a championship environment.
Yeah, I mean, right now, and because the unselfishness and the guys just wanting to win, like the things that Brunson's saying and showing, eh, that's the stuff that lets guys that have already made some money say, you know what, I'll take the vet minimum and go over there with them dudes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I already got 100 mil my career I made.
yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
You know, we talked about it a little bit in the member show. I've kind of talked myself out of, oh, we got to get a young stud at center that's going to grow with the rest of the team. Why?
why
I mean, I want that. I still want that.
is Brunson not young enough?
Exactly.
Is Mikal Bridges not young enough?
We
Is
got,
OG not young enough?
if you look at our top 8 rotational guys, our 5 starters, Hart, DiVincenzo, uh, Miles McBride, and Achua, we count them too,
Right.
all well under 30. The only ones
Yeah.
tickling 30 are Hart and Randall. They're 29.
Yeah.
Everyone else is 27 and below.
Right.
So,
Right.
so what? If we actually, you got to almost have a guy or two that's been around the block a little bit.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't hurt to have a grizzled vet with the group. He ain't going to play a lot. You know, he could be a locker room guy. But that's why I was saying, I want, I wouldn't mind. I know he, even if it's just Mitch insurance, I wouldn't mind Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
I talked myself into it. I really have.
Right.
And I'm not saying bring him in and screw Sims and screw up 40. He's the kind of guy that, don't you think a guy like that would help those two guys?
Yeah.
He's seen it all. He's been in wars, finals. He's been in the finals. He's been through the ringer. He played with a superstar on more than one occasion. Those are the kind of guys that is just kind of good to have around, guys that haven't been there much. You know, guys, we got to, you know,
Yeah.
things are getting rough here. We're in the conference finals. I
Right.
remember back in 2017 when I was with so and so, and you know, that's nothing wrong with that, you
Right.
know. And do I want Biombo or Tristan Thompson or JaVale McGee to be the answer to all the problems? No, but when you got 4 starters already, I mean, and look, I'm not. This isn't replacing Mitch.
Right.
This is barring Mitch's doom. You know, if he gets hurt,
Right.
like it's just insurance. The rest of the team's good enough,
Yeah.
especially the 4 starters besides the center and the 2 coming off the bench besides the center.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miles McBride is the best eighth, ninth in the rotation guy in the league. It's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is Precious Achua.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, there's no way there's other teams' eighth or ninth best player like those guys.
Right.
And we haven't even scratched the surface on our 2 or 3 young pups that might show a little something, something.
Yeah, hey, and coach, to the point to the point that we're making about the environment for cats to come in and thrive, right? And in my opinion, what I've noticed is guys that are disgruntled or not happy to be here, Leon Rose is getting them out of town.
Mm-hmm.
One bad apple is not going to spoil the bunch here.
Nope.
If you're Evan Fournier and you're disappointed about your playing time because the coach don't like your game, goodbye.
Yeah.
If you're Cam Reddish, and I saw and I was a Cam Reddish fan.
Yeah, me too.
I was a Cam Reddish fan until I saw him live. I saw him at the game with his hoodie on, pouting for an entire game, right? And I was like, you know what? He out of here. Get him out of here, right? Kemba Walker. I'm the multiple time All-Star man. I got something to prove. This is my city. Get him out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, get him out. People like that. If you're disgruntled by being here, Leon Rose is getting you out of town on a Greyhound. He ain't playing. Because one bad apple is not going to spoil the whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, I mean, think about, listen, man. Obi Toppin, a guy that we thought would be a Knick forever. Even Obi, when the audio leaked of Obi Toppin cussing out Tibbs, Obi was gone a week later.
Right.
He was gone a week later, bro. Like the organization is legit creating an environment for yo, coach, we got 20 people in the chat, bro.
Hey,
yo, salute to all the 20. Yo, we made it to 20. Yo, we made it to on a Saturday. Yo, it just jumped to 22. Okay. Yo, we made it to 20 people watching on a Saturday. I know we don't generally rock on Saturdays, man, but we made it to 20 people. Let's go. Endgame is in the building.
It's good to know.
Yeah, Fallback Haters is in the building. Salute.
It's good to know we got a couple dozen people that ain't got a life like us.
Yeah, salute, man. Because I know this window is usually occupied by others. My guy Ron is rocking right now. This is usually his time. We didn't rock much during the week, so we had to jump on and put some content out here. So, but yeah, man. So my thing is, the thing is Leon Rose is created an environment for people to want to be here, and if you don't want to be here, we're not going to hold it. Quentin Grimes, remember Quentin Grimes came out publicly and said he doesn't understand his role and he doesn't know where he fits and things of that sort. And then the next thing you know, Quentin Grimes is gone.
Here's your role.
Yeah.
Roll on out of here.
Yeah.
Roll out.
And so thank you. And for everybody that's just coming in the door, we're not going to talk about the recycle topics. I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about trading Mitch. I don't want to talk about an imaginary beef between Randall and the front office. I don't want to talk about Dante DiVincenzo being the starter over Mikal Bridges. I don't want to talk about Mitchell Robinson's lack of offense. I don't want to talk about, like the recycle topics. What I want to talk about is new stuff, right? So I want to talk about some new stuff. I want to talk about the environment and culture that's built by Leon Rose and why it's important. I want to talk about the championship window that has been opened just organically. Like, you build it the right way, you can win a championship. And Leon Rose has, in theory, built it the right way. Right? In theory, he's building it the right way. Now, will it be perfect? No organization is perfect.
Mhm.
right? Right. Every model has an ugly place somewhere, right? It's just a part of it is how can you mask those things and promote the positive things, right? Like coach, you ever like met a woman that was so fine and then you find out she had something ugly about maybe it was her laugh, maybe it's the way she laughed, bro, or maybe she was ditzy as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that point, the point that I'm making is Leon Rose built the environment where the Knicks legit on a grand stage feel like they are championship contenders, and not because they added Giannis or they added Jokic or these wild dream scenarios. It's because they built a solid foundation from the ground up, and they continue to add to that foundation every year.
Hmm. I mean, here's the thing. I can go the other way with this too, besides the whole being okay with some old vet coming around, just kind of throw them in the mix. Our roster is also good enough. So what if we got a couple developing guys at that center position in the rotation?
Right.
What better way to learn your place in the league as a center? If anything, have we ever had rookies come into this team and actually play in an environment where they can actually learn the position properly without the pressure of the other guys on the team suck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when RJ Barrett came in the mix, he couldn't he couldn't thrive with that
Right.
team. You know, he couldn't develop.
Because he had thirsty veterans ahead of him that were not concerned about winning championships,
Right,
but they were concerned about their mortality.
right. Had a bunch of journey guys trying to stay in the league, and now
Yeah.
3 or 4 guys that started on that team won't even play in the damn league anymore.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't.
So it's not unheard of to have, you know, I'm not saying Uppoy is going to start or he might have to start one day, but there's been in history rookies that have started quite a few games in a championship season.
Yeah.
Thinking back, granted,
You
he
gonna be
was
on
still,
camera? Okay.
granted, he happened to be playing with, a couple of legends, but Kurt Rambis
Kurt Rambis,
in
drafted by the
19,
Knicks in the second round.
yeah, technically his rookie year he started like 40 games that year with the
Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah.
He was a
Yeah.
rookie.
Yeah. We cut him. We cut Kurt Rambis out of training
Yeah.
camp.
And like he was like a 6.6 rebound guy. It wasn't like he was this huge contributor, but he was just a piece of the puzzle. He didn't high energy guy. I mean, even I'm just looking at some of these past championship teams that use some rookies more than a little bit. Even Golden State, 2016-17. Remember a guy named Patrick McCall?
Yeah, that's the guy I tried to remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Patrick
he was
McCall.
the 6'6" guard, wing player, right?
Hmm. He actually played. He started like 20 games for them
Yeah, yeah. Number one, Patrick McCall.
that year. Yeah, I mean, who was that guy? You know. So, and you can go up and down history. I mean, Sam Cassell when he first got, he wasn't a bona fide star or anything. He
Right,
snuck in the starting lineup his rookie year on a championship roster.
right.
You know, he he shared time with uh, Kenny Smith and uh, Vernon Maxwell, I think,
Right.
but he was in the rotation.
In
So,
the rotation, yeah.
so we don't. The thing is, we don't have to have every guy on the exact age timeline.
Right.
Like we're, we got a couple guys on our roster now, like Corey, Dottier, and
Kolick,
Olick.
McCullers.
Like one day when them guys, if they stay with the team and everything, when they're starting to be on more, Brunson and Bridges and them guys are gonna be the old vets, you know. And then
Right.
we might be having this conversation in 7 or 8 years, like is it time for Cole to take over for Brunson?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Brunson might need to hang it up. He's won 2 or 3 championships. I think it's time
Yeah.
for him to go.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have that conversation.
Yeah.
So I like I, this isn't NBA 2K. We're so obsessed when we're a GM in that game. When you make your fantasy roster or you rebuild the Knicks, you want all 5 guys to be like all-star level.
Right.
you know, like
Right.
it's not realistic, guys.
Yeah.
The best teams ever, like you can name the 5 stars on every championship team. There's gonna be one guy on that every starting lineup that's like, man, I don't know if he can start.
Right.
Every one of them guys can start at every team. I mean, that's dynasty teams pretty much ever. And when you talk about the Jordan Bulls,
Right.
the epitome of a 3 or 4 headed center for every
Right.
one of those years. Luke Longley kind of was the main guy for a little while, but they rotated him out all the time.
Bill Winnington, Robert Parrish,
Yeah,
John Sally.
it was like insert old center here rotation.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the first set of centers for them were like what? Stacey King, Cliff
Mhm.
Livingston,
Bill Cartwright.
Bill Cartwright. Yeah. And then they rotated them out. Yeah. They didn't value that.
Yeah, and even until they got Ron Harper, they did point guard by committee. I mean, think about their point guard situation. Until they picked up, Ron Harper, he was a Jordan type when he was at Cleveland. He was that 6'6" shooting guard. He can drive. He was explosive.
Yeah.
And he had some injuries, and he could handle the ball a little bit. He was a smart basketball player, good defender.
Yeah. Yeah.
He became a point guard for the Bulls. But before him, first 3 championships they won,
Yeah.
who was their rotation? B.J. Armstrong, Steve Kerr,
Craig Hodges.
Craig Hobson. Yeah, they had like a
Yeah.
journeyman mix of point guards.
Paxson. Yeah.
Yeah, Paxson. So we need to start getting away from feeling like it's going to be the end of the world. We have no damn chance if our center position isn't 3 deep.
Right.
you know.
Okay.
So I kind of talked myself out of worrying about it as much as I was. And my worry is more like the Mitch insurance. If Mitch is like totally out. So if Mitch is healthy, I'm not even having this conversation.
Right. Right.
Because like Mitch healthy, and then whoever else behind, let them all figure it out.
Well, the one thing about Mitch though is If Mitch were not in this environment, in this culture, what would Mitch be? Around the league, what is Mitch Robinson outside of this culture? Right? The Mitch was just a run jump athlete before this regime took over, right? King Ribby is in the building. Everything Knicks is in
Maybe
the building. Salute. Yeah, man. These guys, bro, these players, man, they legit come in get in this environment with Tibbs and his coaching staff and this front office, and they turn into something that they would otherwise not be in other places.
hmm
Look at Josh Hart in this place. Josh Hart is a rebounding guard. Dudes like that don't last in the league. Guards in this league, bro, you have to have an offensive bag in order to be highly sought after, right? Miss Michelle in the building. Everything Nick salute.
welcome, welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like right now, it's good. Things are good, man. I'm happy. I've never felt this excited for the season to
Excited,
start.
excited, excited about what though? Like what drives you to anticipate the start of the season? Is it the environment and the championship contention,
Yeah,
or is it the newness of play? Because Jalen Brunson's only been here 2 years, right? Josh
yeah.
Hart's only been here a year and a half. Dante's been here for a year. OG's been here for half a season.
Mhm.
Mikal Bridges has not played a minute as a Knick. So is it the newness of certain players, or is it the anticipation of a championship run that has you set on waiting on October because you can't wait to see Knicks versus Celtics with this new roster?
All the above. Because here's the thing: I go into every season with a certain level of excitement and anticipation because I'm passionate about this team and I'm passionate about just sports in general. I get excited like this before the when the NFL's about to kick in and the
Right,
NBA's about to kick in, the baseball playoff. Like, I don't even watch really a lot of baseball until the
right,
playoffs personally anymore. But
right,
when all that's just the best time of year for sports, and I'm always gonna root for the Knicks with glass half full as much as possible.
right,
My expectations are always going to be the higher end that I know if everyone on the roster that I'm rooting for this year plays their best game and stays healthy, they're going to be this. So that
yeah,
I never make I don't go into the season, oh, championship, this is our year. Like,
right,
realistically, I just don't do it. I've never done it. This is the first year in a long time that I've gone into the season like, wow, I see us with this roster actually winning the championship if everything if we played to our potential and stay healthy.
right,
I haven't said that since like 97, 98.
right,
Like I haven't been that excited. The exciting part for me is the anticipation of knowing the roster that's on paper. I want to now see it happen.
right,
Like, I'm just excited to see the kind of basketball that they were playing in January last year.
right,
Like, that was so exciting to see Randall playing the way he was playing, OG doing what he was doing, Brunson doing, like, just everyone. It just, And so soon after that trade to see that happen, that just shows to me that this year, I think with this particular group of players, we can come out of the gate for once fire.
Right.
Like I want to see like, coming out of this first month, 8-1, right out of the gate, and just let's go. I don't know why. I just feel it this
year. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I feel like I'm so excited about the culture that's in place, right? I'm so excited about the culture that's in place that the season, like this getting to the season, is so important to me that it's unlike any other season. Basically, it's unlike any other season in that we have a culture in place now where it don't matter if it's this season or next season or the season after or the season after or the season after. As long as this culture this environment is in place, I'm going to be excited about every season, right? Because I think the foundation has been laid for a championship contender. Top low in the building, a lot of wise in the building. Salute and shout out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, shout out to the greatest borough that God ever created, Manhattan.
Bronx.
Manhattan is in the building. Salute to Harlem. Harlem World, where you at?
I have a soft spot for the Bronx. That's where my mama was born.
Yeah, that's my people. Yeah, my people was born in the Bronx, man.
My pops was born in Queens.
Yeah, man.
Man, I didn't even realize. FSU and Georgia Tech are playing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my! I've been creeping on the scores, tied up.
Yeah, 14-14. Bro, I've been watching. Yeah, I've been. It's a Saturday, man. Usually we do a little something, get out of the house and go, but we hadn't been on. Coach, it's 25 people in the building. Yo, I gotta hit the air horn. It's 25 people in the building. Yeah, we got 25 people in the all at the same time, man. So we got 18. Yo, the number just dropped to I scared some people off with the Yo, salute to the Bronx's greatest hero, Alawaz. Shout out to everybody from the Bronx. Shout out Chop Low from the Bronx. Shout out Alawaz from the Bronx. King Ribby representing the Bronx. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Salute.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, man. I'm excited about I'm excited about the same. Yo, Mega is in the building. Yo, hey, otherwise is like, man, I ain't from no Bronx.
Did that sound come through? I just put in.
No, I ain't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, man, I'm super excited about the season, and the reason why I'm excited about the season is because the Knicks as championship contenders is an unfamiliar feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The unfamiliar feeling creates excitement, anticipation. Right? Salute to Mega. Yeah, man. So, Coach, I think all of our excitement is on different levels of intensity based on our feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you can either feel like this team has a window and for as long as that window is open, the Knicks are going to win, or I feel that the environment is such that there is no window. As long as this environment exists, regardless of the players that cycle in and out, I think this team is on a path to be dynastic.
Agree. It's our window. I can't stand the rain.
And no disrespect to the ones that think it's a no disrespect to everybody thinking it's like a 4-year run and we got to capitalize in these 4 years. I'm just in the mindset where I feel like the environment that's been created is one that can last 10 to 15 years, maybe 20 years, as long as somebody can maintain the environment, as long as we don't hustle backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah, man. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Everything Knicks is in the building. So Michelle says, I agree. It's one of those things. I know it sounds simplistic and I know it sounds naive for me to say it. Right. Like, so for y'all listening to think that maybe I'm dreaming, right? I think in the past iterations of roster construction and franchise construction, basically we were trying to serve multiple masters at the same time. We were trying to win all the press conferences. We were trying to have the appearance that we were something that we were not, right? We were trying to give the impression that the roster was better than it was, and we were trying to win championships. And you can't do all those things. You can't. The one that you have to focus on one task at a time, right? And that is create the environment for a championship contender. That has to be your goal, right? There's no such thing as a championship roster, but there is a such thing as a championship environment where you can move pieces around within that environment and still contend for championships. Golden State won championships with Kevin Durant and without Kevin Durant, right? Boston went to the NBA Finals with Marcus Smart and without Marcus Smart, with Robert Williams, without Robert Williams, right? It's one of them. It's one of them situations where if you create the environment, then regardless of the players that you cycle in and out, the result can still be the same or at least maintained. And I think that's the smart part done by Leon Rose. That's the smart part done by Leon Rose. Create the environment, and then once you get the environment, maintain a certain culture inside that environment. Like in that environment, players have to feel safe, right? They have to feel like loyalty is a two-way street. And in the environment in this environment, loyalty legit is a two-way street. It's a two-way street. Julius Randle has been a Knick for 5 seasons, going on season 6. The Knicks have been loyal to him, despite what the narratives are, despite what the outside of the environment narratives are. Despite that, one of the reasons why we're in this championship type feeling is not because of one player elevated an entire franchise. It's because a bunch of people are on the same page. Leon Rose, Worldwide West, Tom Thibodeau, his coaching staff, the players, the media, SNY, everybody associated with the Knicks on the same page. Even guys that had responsibilities and reputations before, but even your Alan Hines, your Monica McNutts, all of those, your Dexter Henry, everybody seems to be on the same page, where the environment is one where the Knicks are championship contenders. And I can't speak for them because I don't know them. That's just the sense that I get. What you think, Coach?
I think that usually the people that represent the Knicks and the media usually err on the cautious side
Right.
with putting stuff out there because they know that can incite certain narratives and that they always want to side on the franchises. So they always tend to undersell a little bit, you know. They'll stay positive and be hopeful and all that stuff, always. But in this situation, when all hands are on deck and they can see the expectations that something special is building here, it's they get permission to do that.
Right.
I mean, they get the green. Like sometimes they be like, "Hey, whoa, 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 whoa! Don't be talking about us like that right now."
Yeah, man. Yo, is that Corey Lee in the building? Salute to Staten Island's own Corey Lee in the building.
New
Represent
door.
Staten Island. Shaolin is in the building. Salute to Corey Lee. Corey Lee says Staten Island gets the money. Salute. Okay.
Get money.
I see him. Staten Island in the building. Okay. Corey Lee must be a retired mob boss moving out to Staten Island. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And salute to the other half of the 718 boys somewhere on secret location. Mount Vernon's very own Boulevard 73 is in the building.
Bully.
Yeah, salute to Bully somewhere on secret location. Is he from Mount Vernon or is he from Yonkers? I think Bully's from Yonkers, right? They speed limit is what, 30 in Yonkers? You can't even, bro. You go 31 in Yonkers, bro. You getting a ticket. Salute to Yonkers, where you can't even drive 31 miles per hour, bro. You getting a ticket. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, Coach. Hey, man, that's all I got. I gotta do some Saturday things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do some Saturday things first. I'm gonna come back tonight. And put some more airtime in, but I gotta do some Saturday stuff. You already know what it is, man. You gotta take some trash to the dump, man. Gotta pick up some stuff from the store. The dogs need dog for you got to go buy the 50-pound bag. You can't send the missus to go, you know what I'm saying?
I'm finished watching this FSU game.
Yeah, man. So thank you everybody for coming through and rocking with us. I'm gonna jump back on later on tonight. And tonight I will probably do a marathon. And it's my mother calling me. Okay, y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.